You don't need the perfect plan to begin. What you have right now is enough to take the first step. Success isn't about waiting for the ideal moment or having everything figured out. It's about using what's already in your hands and moving forward. Many people wait for permission or the right conditions and lose precious time. But the truth is, small actions with what you have today can lead to big results tomorrow. Imagine turning your current skills, resources, and ideas into something greater. That's the power of starting now. This video will show you how to stop doubting yourself, make the most of what's around you, and build momentum toward your goals. If you're ready to stop waiting and begin winning with what you already have, then let's dive in. Chapter 1. Use your current skills to take the first step. You don't have to wait for perfect. You don't need everything lined up. You don't need a fancy degree, a big audience, or the latest equipment. What you need is already inside you. What you have right now, your current skills, your knowledge, your ability to think, to adapt, to learn, to decide, those are enough to take the first step. And that first step is the most important one. Because without it, nothing begins. There are people all over the world waiting for the right moment, waiting until they feel ready. But the truth is, there is no right moment, there is only now. Now is the moment where your life can start to move. Now is when things can begin to change. And it all starts by using what you already know. You see, too many people underestimate what they already have. They look at others and feel small. They say, they have more experience than me, or they have more support, more resources, more connections, and so they freeze. But what you need to understand is this. You don't grow by having everything. You grow by starting with something. You already have something. Maybe you can write. Maybe you know how to fix things. Maybe you're great at talking to people, or organizing tasks, or solving problems, or just showing up when it matters. You don't need to be the best in the world at it. You just need to be good enough to begin. Because once you begin, everything else starts to move. Every person who ever made something great started with something small. They didn't know how far they would go, but they started anyway. They looked around at what they had, and they said, "This is where I'll begin." They didn't let what they didn't have stop them. They didn't wait for a miracle. They used what they already knew and took action. There's something powerful that happens when you take action based on your current strength. Your mind shifts. Your confidence starts to grow. And as you take that step, you begin to learn more, see more, and believe more. Skills get sharper. Clarity comes. But none of it happens unless you use what you already have. It's easy to sit and plan forever. It's easy to doubt yourself and think, what if I fail? But the only way to find out is by doing. You don't need a perfect plan to start. You just need a simple one. Think about what you're already good at. Think about how that one thing can help someone else, or solve a problem, or move you forward. Then take that first action. Your current skills are not small. They are your foundation. If you can speak clearly, you can inspire someone. If you know how to cook, you can create something people will pay for. If you've helped others before, you can turn that into a service or a business. It all starts by looking within, not outside. The mistake so many people make is thinking they're not ready. But readiness isn't something you find. It's something you create, and you create it by showing up with what you have, using it fully, and learning as you go. If you wait to feel confident, you'll wait forever. Confidence comes from experience. And experience only comes when you start now. Not with what you wish you had, but with what you already know. It might be a small thing, it might not seem impressive to others, but it's enough. it's more than enough. You have learned things from your life, from your work, from your struggles. Those lessons have value. Don't throw them away. Don't ignore them. Use them. Sometimes we think, if I just had one more qualification, one more tool, one more connection, then I'd make my move. But that thinking only leads to delay. The more you wait, the more your energy fades. The more time you spend hesitating, the more doubt takes over. That's not how winners move. Winners begin with what they've got and build from there. You don't need the final answer. You just need the first one. What can you do with the skills you already have? Can you offer a service? Can you teach someone something? Can you start writing about your experience? Can you take what you know and build something useful with it? The answers are there. You just need to stop looking for permission and start taking responsibility. This is your moment to start. Not with excuses, not with perfection, but with courage. There's something inside you right now that the world needs, but the world won't see it unless you step forward. And you step forward by saying, I may not have it all, but I have enough. Enough to start. Enough to try. Enough to make a move. When you use your current skills to take that first step, everything begins to change. You start seeing new opportunities. You build momentum. People notice you. You start believing in yourself. And that belief fuels more action. That's how you win. Not overnight. Not by luck. But by showing up, using what you have, and getting better every single day. You can grow. You can stretch, you can evolve, but none of that happens without the first move. And the first move doesn't require genius or greatness, it just requires honesty. Be honest about what you can do, be honest about what you want, and be bold enough to begin, even if it's messy, even if it's small, because that small step is the start of something big. You don't need to wait until you're fearless, you just need to move. While you're still a little unsure, you don't need to pretend you know everything. Just trust what you already know. You've learned from life. That experience is real. That knowledge matters. That skill has power. Use it. Take one step with it, then another, and another. You won't have all the answers at first. That's okay. Clarity comes from action. Growth comes from doing. You'll figure it out as you go. You'll adapt. You'll adjust. You'll learn what works. But none of that is possible if you don't begin. So stop waiting for perfect. Look at what you have right now. What do you know? What can you do? Who can you help? How can you start? The answers are there if you stop doubting and start doing. And once you start, don't stop. Keep showing up. Keep using what you have. Keep learning, keep improving, and one day, you'll look back and realize that one small step you took with the skills you already had, it led you to something bigger than you ever imagined. Start with what you have, use it with everything you've got, and watch where it takes you. Chapter 2. Turn your free time into a learning session. Time is one of the most valuable resources you'll ever have, and yet, most people treat it like it's endless. They waste it, they scroll it away, they talk it away, they let it disappear without gaining anything from it. But if you're serious about growing, if you truly want to move forward and change your life, then the first thing you need to do is look at how you're spending your free time. That space between responsibilities, that gap between what you have to do and what you choose to do, that's where your future is being shaped. Not later, not next week. Right now, your free time is your personal advantage. It's the part of your day that's fully yours. Nobody controls it but you, and how you use it tells everything about how much you value your goals. You don't need 10 hours a day to improve. You don't need to quit your job or disappear from your life. What you need is intention. You need to take those pockets of time and turn them into something that feeds your mind, sharpens your awareness, and stretches your thinking. Some people say they don't have time. But if we're honest, the time is there. It's just been swallowed up by things that don't add value. Think about how much time gets spent flipping through content that won't matter a day later. Think about how much time is spent talking about problems instead of learning how to solve them. That time could be used for growth. You don't need more hours. You need to repurpose the hours you already have. You have time in the morning before your day starts. You have time while waiting in lines, commuting, walking, eating, or winding down. You don't need a perfect setting to learn. You just need to decide that every free moment is an opportunity. The phone in your hand can be your university. The book on your shelf can become your mentor. The podcast in your ears can reshape how you think, but only if you choose to make learning a priority. The truth is, learning doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you make a clear decision to grow. You have to care enough about your future to use your free time for more than just escaping reality. There's a reason why some people rise and others stay stuck. It's because the ones who rise don't waste the time they're not being watched. They don't waste the time no one is tracking. They take control of those moments and turn them into preparation. And here's the powerful part. When you use your free time to learn, even just a little each day, the compound effect kicks in. One idea today becomes action tomorrow. One new skill learned in a quiet evening turns into an opportunity weeks later. It's not about cramming information or burning yourself out. It's about slow, consistent input. You build knowledge like you build muscle: repetition, focus, effort. There's no rule that says learning has to be boring. You can choose what inspires you. Read the stories of people who've done what you want to do. Watch talks that push your thinking. Study people you admire and ask yourself why they think the way they do. Don't just consume information. Absorb it. Think about how it applies to your life. Reflect on it. Take notes. Talk about it with others. Turn that learning into part of your daily thinking. This is how you grow, not just in what you know, but in how you live. The way you spend your free time is a reflection of your priorities. If you give that time to learning, you're telling yourself and the world that your future matters to you. You're saying, I'm not here to stay the same. I'm here to evolve. Imagine where your life would be a year from now if you used just 1 hour a day to build your mind. That's over 360 hours of focused learning. That's enough time to master a new subject, learn a new language, or shift your entire way of thinking. Most people never think about it like that because they don't measure their time, they just use it. But if you begin to see your time as a tool, everything changes. Your future doesn't come knocking, it's built, it's shaped, and it's built through habits. When you turn free time into learning time, you're stacking small wins. You're training yourself to be better prepared, more informed, more aware. That's a major edge in life, because while others are trying to catch up later, you're already ahead. There's something incredibly satisfying about growth that nobody sees. When you finish a book alone in your room, when you take notes while others scroll, when you study something new instead of complaining about the same old things, that quiet effort builds self-respect. It builds belief, and that belief builds momentum. Learning isn't about impressing others. It's about making sure your mind is strong enough to handle whatever life throws at you. It's about preparing for opportunities before they show up. It's about becoming someone who adds more value, who brings better ideas to the table, who sees the world with clearer eyes. That doesn't happen by chance. It happens when you dedicate your free time to becoming more. You don't need anyone's permission to do this. You don't need anyone to watch you or reward you. This is personal. This is about taking your growth seriously, even if no one else sees it. Especially if no one else sees it. Because those quiet efforts, those hours when you choose learning over laziness, that's what separates you later. That's what sets the stage for breakthroughs. The choice is simple. Waste your time and stay the same. Use your time and change everything. It starts with one decision: to use your free time as a gift, not a gap. To turn it into something meaningful. Because every minute you give to learning, you're taking one step closer to the life you say you want. You have the time, you have the tools, you have the ability. All you need now is the discipline. And once you start, it becomes a part of you. Your mind begins to crave learning. You'll start noticing how much more focused you feel, how much clearer your decisions become, how much stronger your self-control gets. You'll walk into rooms with more confidence. You'll speak with more clarity. You'll think with more depth, all because you chose to turn your free time into fuel. Growth is always a choice. And the best part is, it's a choice you can make right now. You don't have to wait until next month or next year. You don't need a new routine. You just need to look at the time you already have and ask yourself, am I using this to become better? If the answer is no, then change it. If the answer is yes, then keep going. Because those quiet hours matter more than you know. Every moment you spend learning is a deposit in your future. And one day, when that future arrives, you'll be ready. Not because you were lucky, but because you chose to prepare. So pick up the book. Watch the course. Take the notes. Ask the questions. Learn something today you didn't know yesterday. That's how progress is made. Your free time is your greatest hidden weapon. Use it. Respect it. And it will reward you. Chapter 3. Start small, but stay consistent every single day. Success doesn't demand giant leaps or sudden bursts of effort. It doesn't ask for a perfect start or massive resources. What success truly requires is steady progress made every single day. The power isn't in how much you do at once, but in the habit of showing up and doing something, no matter how small, over and over again. That's what changes a life. The hardest part about any new journey is the beginning. The excitement can be there, but it's easy to get overwhelmed. You might look at the mountain ahead and think, this is too big for me. But the secret is that you don't have to climb the whole mountain in one day. You just have to keep taking one step, and then another, and then one more. Starting small doesn't mean you're settling for less. It means you're smart enough to know that lasting success is built on consistency, not bursts. Every day you spend moving forward, even a little, you're building something solid beneath your feet. You're creating momentum that won't let you stop. There is incredible strength in routine. When you commit to doing a small thing daily, your mind and body begin to prepare. The effort gets easier. The actions become habits, and the habits turn into character. Think of it as laying bricks for a house. One brick won't make a wall, but thousands stacked over time build a home. Your daily efforts are those bricks. Consistency is more important than intensity. Doing a little bit regularly beats doing a lot once in a while. It's better to write 1 page every day than to write 50 pages once and then stop for a week. It's better to practice your skill for 10 minutes each day than to practice for hours on Sunday and nothing for the rest of the week. Regular small actions lead to mastery. Often people quit because they expect quick results. When those results don't come, they get discouraged and give up. But the truth is, the biggest results take time. They grow quietly, like a tree growing beneath the ground before it breaks through the soil. If you want to achieve something meaningful, you must be patient. You must be committed to staying consistent even when progress feels invisible. Every successful person has faced moments of doubt, moments when it felt easier to stop. The difference is they kept going anyway. They understood that the path to success is not a sprint, but a marathon. It's the slow, steady footsteps every day that bring you closer to your goals. It's important to set realistic expectations at the start. Don't overwhelm yourself with impossible goals. Instead, focus on what you can do right now. What's one small task you can complete today that will get you closer to where you want to be? Maybe it's writing one paragraph, making one call, reading one chapter, or simply planning your next move. Small actions compound into big results. Consistency also builds confidence. When you show up daily and do the work, no matter how small, you prove to yourself that you can trust your own word. You build self-discipline. That self-trust becomes the foundation for bigger risks and bigger opportunities. If you don't believe in your ability to keep promises to yourself, it's hard to push forward. Another advantage of starting small and staying consistent is that it reduces pressure. When you focus on tiny steps, the weight of the goal feels lighter. You're not trying to do everything at once. You're just focused on what you can control. Your daily action. That approach keeps you motivated and prevents burnout. You don't have to be perfect. Mistakes and setbacks will happen. But consistency means coming back after a fall. It means forgiving yourself and recommitting the next day. You don't lose progress because of a single mistake. What matters is that you keep moving forward, one small step at a time. Remember, progress doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's slow and quiet, sometimes it's almost invisible. But every small action, every consistent effort is moving you closer to your goal. You might not see the results immediately, but trust that they are coming. Trust that your steady efforts are building a future you can be proud of. Consistency also teaches patience and humility. You learn that success is not about instant gratification. It's about building strength, knowledge, and skills over time. You begin to appreciate the journey, not just the destination. And as you grow, your vision expands. What once seemed impossible becomes achievable. The power of daily consistency is a mindset as much as it is a habit. You choose to value progress over perfection. You choose to believe in the power of small wins. You choose to respect the process. That mindset helps you stay committed even when challenges come. Many people underestimate the value of small, consistent actions because they want to see immediate results. But the most successful people understand that greatness is earned daily. It's earned in the quiet hours, in the repetition, in the discipline to do what others won't, day after day. You don't have to wait for motivation to strike or inspiration to hit. Motivation is fleeting, but consistency is steady. You can decide right now to build a habit that supports your goals. The key is to pick a manageable action you can repeat daily, no matter how busy life gets. Starting small gives you room to learn and adjust. When you try to do too much at once, you risk burnout and frustration. When you commit to a small action, you can focus, improve, and build confidence. Each day becomes a chance to get better, to refine your approach, to deepen your commitment. This kind of steady work leads to mastery. Mastery doesn't come from short bursts of effort. It comes from patience, practice, and persistence. It comes from showing up every day and doing what's necessary, even when you don't feel like it. It's important to celebrate your consistency. Acknowledge the days you showed up. Acknowledge the progress you made, no matter how small. That recognition fuels your motivation and reminds you that your efforts are not wasted. Starting small and staying consistent is the safest path to big wins. It's not glamorous or flashy, but it works. It's how habits are formed, skills are developed, and dreams become reality. Every great achievement starts with a simple daily action. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is often how they handle the slow, steady grind. Those who win don't stop because they don't see quick results. They keep going because they believe the daily effort will pay off. Commit to that daily effort now. Focus on what you can do consistently. Make it simple enough that you can't find an excuse to skip it. Keep that commitment even when life gets tough. Keep it when you're tired. Keep it when you doubt yourself. This is your chance to build a habit that shapes your future. One small action each day, one step forward. No matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it gets, keep moving. Consistency wins. Every single time. You don't have to start big. You just have to start. And once you start, don't stop. Keep showing up. Keep doing the work. Because the power of staying consistent will carry you further than any quick fix ever could. Chapter 4. Use your phone as a productivity tool. Your phone is one of the most powerful tools you carry every day. It's not just a device for messages or entertainment. It can be your greatest asset when it comes to getting things done, learning and growing. The way you use your phone can either waste your time or multiply your productivity. The choice is yours. If you learn how to turn it into a tool for progress, it can change the way you live your life. Many people think of their phones as distractions, and yes, if you let it, your phone can steal your focus. But the reality is that same device holds the keys to opportunity, connection, and knowledge. It can be your personal assistant, your library, your coach, your planner, all in one small device. The key is to use it intentionally. Start by understanding that your phone is only as useful as the habits you create around it. If you swipe mindlessly through social media or jump from one app to another without purpose, you're giving away your time. But if you decide to use your phone to build skills, organize your day and stay focused, it becomes an engine for your success. One way to start is by filling your phone with content that inspires and educates. Instead of endlessly scrolling through feeds that drain your energy, follow people who share knowledge, advice, and motivation. Listen to podcasts that teach you something new while you commute or exercise. Read articles or ebooks that help you grow. Turn your phone into a learning machine that feeds your mind every day. Next, use your phone's tools to organize your life. There are countless apps designed to help you plan, track, and manage your goals. Set reminders for important tasks. Create to-do lists that break down your goals into daily actions. Use calendars to schedule your time and avoid wasting it. When your phone helps you keep your day on track, you reduce stress and increase productivity. Another valuable habit is to use your phone for quick notes and ideas. Whenever a thought or idea strikes, don't let it slip away. Open your Notes app and write it down. Capture inspiration before it fades. Over time, these small notes turn into powerful ideas and plans that you can develop further. Phones also make it easy to connect with others who can support your growth. Reach out to mentors, colleagues, or like-minded people. Join groups or communities that share your interests and goals. Surrounding yourself with positive influences through your phone helps you stay motivated and accountable. It's also important to set boundaries with your phone to avoid distractions. Turn off non-essential notifications. Use focus or do not disturb modes when you need deep concentration. Designate specific times for checking messages and social media rather than reacting every time your phone buzzes. By controlling your phone instead of letting it control you, you protect your time and attention. Taking advantage of your phone's calendar and reminder features helps you stay consistent. You can set daily or weekly goals and have your phone remind you to take action. This kind of support reduces forgetfulness and helps you build habits. When you rely on your phone as an accountability partner, you're less likely to skip important tasks. Your phone can also be a tool for tracking progress. Use apps that monitor habits, exercise, learning, or finances. Seeing your progress visually keeps you motivated and reveals patterns you can improve. When you track your growth, it's easier to stay committed because you see tangible results. Using your phone for productivity is not about working non-stop. It's working smarter. Use timers to break your work into focused sessions with breaks in between. The Pomodoro technique, for example, helps many people stay concentrated for short bursts. Your phone can help you manage your energy and prevent burnout. Remember that your phone is portable. That means you can use your free moments, waiting in line, riding public transport or between meetings, to take small actions. Listen to an educational podcast, review your goals, respond to an important email. Those minutes add up and can make a big difference over time. It's easy to get overwhelmed by all the apps and features your phone offers, but simplicity is key. Choose a few essential apps that serve your main goals and focus on mastering those. Don't clutter your phone with distractions or tools you rarely use. The less clutter you have, the easier it is to stay focused. Use your phone to set intentions for your day. Before you start working, open a notes app or planner and write down your top priorities. Remind yourself why these tasks matter. This mental clarity increases your motivation and reduces procrastination. Your phone is also a great tool for reflection. At the end of the day, use it to journal or review what you accomplished. Write down lessons learned or areas for improvement. Reflecting regularly helps you stay aligned with your goals and adjust your approach. One of the biggest mistakes people make is letting their phones distract them during important tasks. Silence unnecessary notifications and put your phone out of reach when you need to focus. Use airplane mode or apps that block distractions if necessary. When your attention is protected, your work quality improves and your time feels more valuable. Using your phone as a productivity tool requires discipline and clear intentions. Don't let habit or convenience lead your choices. Be deliberate with how you spend your time on this device. Every swipe, every tap should have a purpose aligned with your goals. Your phone gives you access to a world of knowledge and tools that previous generations couldn't imagine. Use it to your advantage. It's like having a coach in your pocket who is available anytime you need guidance, information, or motivation. Developing this relationship with your phone takes practice. It might feel uncomfortable at first to cut out distractions or focus on productive tasks, but over time, you'll notice how much more you accomplish and how much clearer your mind feels. It's important to remember that balance is key. Your phone is a tool, not a master. Use it to support your growth, but don't become dependent on it for validation or escape. Keep real-world connections strong and make time for offline activities that refresh you. Every time you pick up your phone, ask yourself what your intention is. Are you about to waste time or invest it? Are you going to consume something useful or just pass the time? These small choices add up and define how effective your days become. You have the power to shape your phone into a tool that helps you reach your goals, not distracts you from them. It starts with awareness and continues with action. Replace mindless scrolling with mindful usage. Build habits that promote growth, not avoidance. Your phone can remind you of your potential when you need a boost. It can connect you with opportunities and ideas that open doors. It can help you stay organized and on track when life gets busy. Don't let this powerful device become your enemy. Take control of how you use it. Train yourself to see it as an extension of your effort and ambition. With discipline and purpose, your phone will serve as a bridge between where you are and where you want to be. This is not about using every moment on your phone to work. It's about choosing the moments you do use it wisely. Quality over quantity, meaning over distraction. Your phone, used correctly, can speed up your progress. It can make your learning easier. It can keep your goals front and center. It can remind you to take action when your motivation dips. Embrace the technology in your hand. Turn your phone into a productivity tool, Use it to build your future, one purposeful tap at a time. Chapter 5. Share your ideas online and get feedback. Sharing your ideas online is one of the most powerful steps you can take toward growth and success. When you hold your thoughts to yourself, they stay just that, ideas in your mind. But when you put them out into the world, you open the door for feedback, learning, and improvement. The internet gives you access to an audience bigger than ever before. It's a chance to test your ideas, connect with others, and grow faster than you could alone. Many people hesitate to share because they fear judgment or rejection. They worry their ideas aren't good enough, that others will criticize them, or that they'll look foolish. But the truth is, sharing your ideas isn't about being perfect. It's about being willing to learn. It's about opening yourself to new perspectives that sharpen your thinking. If you want to improve, you must be open to feedback. Feedback is a gift. It's how you find out what works and what doesn't. Without it, you risk staying stuck in your own bubble, missing opportunities to see your ideas from different angles. When you share online, you invite conversation. You get to hear other voices and experiences that challenge you and make you better. The beauty of online sharing is that you don't need a massive following to start. You can begin with a small group or even just 1 or 2 people. The important thing is to start. Post your thoughts, write your articles, create your videos, or share your pictures. Whatever your form of expression, getting your ideas out there is the first step to growth. When you share your ideas publicly, you become accountable. You're more likely to refine your thoughts because you know others will see them. That accountability pushes you to research more, think deeper, and communicate clearer. It raises your standards and sharpens your skills. Sharing online also builds connections. People who resonate with your ideas will reach out. You'll find mentors, collaborators, and supporters who can help you on your journey. Those connections often open doors to new opportunities, partnerships, or projects you couldn't have imagined on your own. It's important to approach feedback with an open mind. Not all feedback will be positive. Some of it may be critical or even harsh. That's part of the process. Use it to learn, not to get discouraged. Separate the useful advice from noise and keep moving forward. Remember, every piece of criticism is a chance to improve. Posting your ideas regularly helps build your confidence. At first, it might feel uncomfortable or even scary, but the more you share, the easier it becomes. You start to trust your voice and your perspective. You realize that your ideas have value and that people want to hear from you. Online platforms give you the tools to reach the right audience. Use hashtags, join groups, and participate in discussions that align with your interests. The more you engage with your community, the more you learn and the more your ideas evolve. Sharing becomes a two-way street where you give and receive. Don't wait until your ideas are perfect before sharing. Perfect is the enemy of progress. Start with what you have, even if it feels rough or incomplete. The process of sharing and receiving feedback helps you refine your ideas. It turns your rough thoughts into polished, impactful messages. As you share and interact, you develop communication skills that are invaluable. You learn how to express yourself clearly, listen actively, and respond thoughtfully. These skills build your influence and credibility over time. It's helpful to create a schedule for sharing. Consistency keeps you visible and engaged. Whether it's once a day, once a week, or twice a month, make it a habit. Regular sharing builds momentum and keeps your ideas fresh in your audience's mind. Remember, your ideas can inspire others. You don't need to have all the answers to make a difference. Sometimes just sharing your experiences or the lessons you've learned can help someone else who is struggling. Your openness creates a ripple effect that reaches far beyond what you see. Also, be authentic. People connect with honesty and realness, more than polished perfection. Share your struggles, your questions, your uncertainties, along with your insights. That vulnerability builds trust and deepens your relationships online. While sharing, pay attention to the responses you get. Notice what resonates, what questions come up, and what sparks conversations. Use this feedback to guide your future content and ideas. This ongoing dialogue helps you grow alongside your audience. It's important to protect your energy. Not all feedback will be constructive, and not all interactions will be positive. Learn to set boundaries, focus on the voices that uplift and help you improve. Don't let negativity stop your progress. Online sharing is also a way to build your personal brand. Over time, people will begin to associate you with certain ideas, values, or expertise. That recognition leads to opportunities like speaking engagements, collaborations, or job offers. Sharing your ideas puts you on the map. Your phone or computer becomes a platform where you build your influence. Every post, every comment, every message is a brick in your reputation. Be intentional with what you share. Align it with your goals and values. This focus attracts the right audience and opportunities. The act of sharing creates momentum. One idea leads to another. Conversations spark new insights. Connections deepen. Your growth accelerates. You stop working in isolation and start moving forward with a community. If you're unsure where to start, choose a simple format. Write a short post about a recent experience or insight. Share a question you're wrestling with. Post a photo that represents a lesson you've learned. Small beginnings lead to bigger things. Over time, sharing your ideas online helps you develop clarity. The need to explain and present your thoughts to others forces you to organize and understand your ideas better. This clarity spills over into your work, your relationships, and your life. Remember, you are not alone in your journey. Many people are waiting to hear your voice. They want to learn from your perspective. They want to support your growth. Sharing online is how you invite those connections. It's easy to hide behind fear or doubt, but growth requires action. Sharing your ideas is a courageous step that pushes you out of your comfort zone. That courage builds confidence, and confidence fuels more sharing and more growth. The more you share, the more you learn about yourself and your audience. This self-awareness is crucial for success. It helps you align your efforts with what truly matters and what makes an impact. Your ideas evolve when exposed to different viewpoints. The online world is diverse and rich with perspectives. Engage with those perspectives, respectively. This dialogue broadens your understanding and enriches your thinking. Start sharing today, even if it's just a small idea. Watch how the feedback and conversations open new doors. Embrace the process of learning through sharing. Your journey accelerates when you stop holding back and start putting your ideas out into the world. Every piece of feedback is a stepping stone. Every connection is every share is progress. Use this powerful tool to grow, learn, and move closer to your goals. Chapter 6. Build new habits using what you already own. Building new habits often feels like a huge mountain to climb, especially when you think you need special tools, new environments, or perfect conditions to change your life. The truth is, the best habits come from using what you already have, right where you are, with the resources and skills you currently own. This idea is simple but powerful because it removes the excuse that you don't have enough, or that you must wait for the perfect moment. When you look around, you'll find that everything you need to build a new habit is already within your reach. It could be your time, your current skills, your environment, or the devices you use daily. Instead of waiting for a fresh start or a new gadget, begin with what's right in front of you. This approach helps you move quickly and stay consistent, which is the key to lasting change. Habits are not about giant, dramatic shifts. They are about small, manageable actions repeated daily. The more these actions fit naturally into your existing life, the easier they are to maintain. So start by identifying something you already do or something that's part of your daily routine. Attach your new habit to that. For example, if you drink coffee every morning, use that time to think about a goal or read a few pages of a book. By connecting a new habit to an existing one, you create a seamless flow that feels natural. Your mind is wired to follow patterns. When you introduce a habit connected to something familiar, your brain is more likely to accept it without resistance. This makes building a new habit less about willpower and more about strategy. Using what you already own, like your daily schedule or your phone, means you're not adding complexity to your life, you're working with it. Another important point is to start very small. If your goal is to exercise, begin with just a few minutes a day or simple stretches you can do at home. If you want to write, start with one sentence. When you keep the action easy and accessible, you remove the friction that causes you to quit. The habit grows as your confidence grows. Over time, these tiny actions build momentum and become a natural part of your routine. Your environment plays a big role in supporting habits. Look around and use what you already have to create reminders and triggers. Maybe it's placing a book on your pillow to remind you to read before bed, or setting your workout clothes by the door. These small adjustments don't require new purchases, just awareness and creativity. You're using your current space to support your new behavior. Technology can also be a great ally. You likely already have a phone or computer that can help you track progress, set reminders, and keep you accountable. There's no need for expensive apps or fancy tools. Simple alarms or notes can serve as gentle nudges to keep you on track. The tools you own become part of your habit-building process, not obstacles. Consistency is easier when you're not overwhelmed. By using what you already own, you reduce the mental load. You're not trying to manage new tools or complicated systems. You focus on one simple action at a time, supported by the things and routines you already trust. This makes sticking to your habit much more sustainable. Building habits also requires patience. You won't see immediate transformation, and that's okay. The real power lies in steady progress. Each day you repeat your habit, you're reinforcing new pathways in your brain. These pathways grow stronger over time, making your new behavior automatic. Using what you already have keeps you grounded during this process, because you're not chasing perfection, you're building steadily. Sometimes people feel discouraged because their progress seems slow or because they think they need to overhaul their entire life to succeed. But habit building doesn't require a complete makeover. It requires smart use of your current assets. You're more powerful than you realize because you're surrounded by tools, routines, and abilities that can serve your goals right now. Self-awareness is key in this process. Pay attention to what's already working in your life. Notice your strengths and resources. When you recognize these, you build confidence in your ability to change. You stop feeling helpless or dependent on outside factors. You realize that change starts with you, using what you already own. Accountability matters too. Share your habit goals with someone close or write them down where you can see them daily. You might already have support systems, family, friends, co-workers that you can tap into. These existing relationships can encourage you and remind you of your commitment when your motivation dips. Keep in mind that setbacks are normal. You might miss a day or two, and that doesn't mean failure. When you use what you own, it's easier to get back on track quickly because your habit isn't built on fragile or external things. It's rooted in your daily reality, making recovery simpler. Celebrate small wins along the way. Every time you complete your habit, no matter how small, you're making progress. Acknowledge it. This positive reinforcement strengthens your motivation and makes the habit more enjoyable. When you use what you already have, these celebrations become natural and frequent because the habit is woven into your life. Be flexible and willing to adjust. Your habits might need tweaking as you learn more about what works best for you. Since your habit is based on your current life and resources, adjustments don't require major changes. You simply adapt the small steps you're already taking to fit your needs better. Long-term success comes from turning these habits into identity. When you consistently use what you own to build positive routines, you start to see yourself differently. You become someone who takes action, who grows, who perseveres. This shift in identity fuels even more habits and progress. Remember that the simplest habits are often the most powerful. Drinking water first thing in the morning, reading for 5 minutes, writing down 3 things you're grateful for. These actions, based on what you already do, create a foundation for bigger change. They build confidence and momentum. Your life doesn't have to wait for perfect conditions. The tools, time, and skills you need are already there. You just have to recognize and use them. Building new habits with what you already own makes the process approachable and realistic. It takes away excuses and puts the power in your hand. By focusing on the resources around you, you create a habit system that fits your life, not one that forces you to live differently. This alignment makes habits more natural and less like a chore. Over time, these habits will become part of who you are, supporting your goals effortlessly. The path to change is not about adding more, but about using more wisely. When you tap into your existing assets, your growth becomes inevitable. Each small step builds on the last, and before you know it, your life reflects the habits you've built from what you already own. Start today by looking around. Identify one thing you can use right now to create a new habit. Maybe it's your morning routine, your phone's reminder, or the skills you already have. Use that as your starting point. Build from there, patiently and consistently. This approach is empowering because it shows you don't need to wait or search for external solutions. The power to change your habits and your life lies within your reach. Use what you own, build smart habits, and watch your life transform step by step. Chapter 7. Find opportunities around your current environment. Opportunities are not always waiting for you somewhere far away or hidden in a perfect situation. Often, they are right where you are. Your current environment holds chances to grow, to connect, and to move forward, but the key is to learn how to see them. Too many people overlook what's around them because they are looking for something bigger or different, thinking opportunity only comes in grand forms. The truth is, if you open your eyes and your mind, you will find doors waiting to be opened, right here, right now. Your environment is rich with resources, people, and situations that can help you advance. It might be your workplace, your neighborhood, your family circle, or the community you interact with daily. These places are full of chances to learn new skills, meet mentors, or discover new ideas. The trick is to stop waiting for perfect conditions and start exploring what you already have access to. When you pay attention to your surroundings, you start to notice patterns and needs that others might miss. Every problem is a potential opportunity. Maybe there's a task at work no one wants to handle, or a gap in service that people complain about. These are openings for you to step up and provide a solution. When you focus on solving what's right in front of you, you build value and create opportunities for yourself. Sometimes opportunity comes in the form of people, the individuals you see every day. Colleagues, neighbors, friends, or even strangers can become sources of inspiration, knowledge, or collaboration. Don't underestimate the power of conversation. A simple chat can lead to new insights, partnerships, or unexpected openings. Being present and open to connect in your current environment is a powerful strategy. Another way to find opportunities is to observe how things work around you. Look at routines, processes, and systems that could be improved. Maybe there's a more efficient way to do a task or a better way to communicate. Identifying these areas and proposing improvements shows initiative and can create opportunities for growth and recognition. Your environment also offers chances to build skills through available resources. There might be training sessions at work, community classes, or even online groups connected to your location. Using these resources helps you gain experience and prepares you for bigger opportunities. Don't wait for an invitation. Seek out what's offered and make it your own. Being proactive in your environment means looking beyond what's assigned to you. Volunteer for projects, help others solve problems, or take responsibility for tasks that others avoid. This mindset signals that you're ready for more, and it puts you in a position to be noticed and trusted. Your current environment teaches you about resilience and creativity. Sometimes you won't have everything you want or need, but by working with what's available, you learn how to adapt and make the most of limited resources. This skill is invaluable and often more important than having perfect conditions. Keep in mind that opportunities don't always come wrapped in excitement. Sometimes they are quiet and require patience. Paying attention to small openings, like a chance to present your idea in a meeting or help a colleague, builds momentum over time. These small steps create a path to bigger achievements. You have to be willing to explore and experiment. Not every opportunity will lead to success, but each one teaches you something. Failure is part of the process, and learning from it makes you stronger and wiser. When you treat your environment as a place full of potential rather than limitations, you open yourself to growth. Your attitude toward your current situation shapes how you see opportunities. If you focus on what's missing or what's wrong, you'll feel stuck. But when you shift your mindset to look for what's possible, you begin to see doors opening. This shift is a powerful mental tool that changes your experience and results. Being curious helps you find opportunity. Ask questions, seek feedback, and observe closely. Curiosity leads you to uncover needs and possibilities that others overlook. When you approach your environment with genuine interest, you become a magnet for opportunity. Sometimes, finding opportunity means changing your routine to explore new parts of your environment. Attend events you might usually skip, join local groups or clubs, or explore new areas in your community. These actions increase your chances of meeting new people and discovering unexpected possibilities. Opportunities also come from collaboration. Working with others in your current environment can lead to ideas and projects that wouldn't happen alone. Look for ways to combine strengths and resources with those around you. Teamwork multiplies potential and opens doors. It's important to stay alert to timing. Opportunities can appear quickly and disappear just as fast. Being ready to act means staying engaged and prepared. This readiness comes from being involved in your environment and paying attention to changes and openings. Don't forget that sometimes opportunity comes disguised as challenge. When you face obstacles or difficulties in your environment, look for the lesson or the chance to improve. Overcoming challenges builds your skills and reputation, setting you up for future opportunities. Keep a journal or notes on the opportunities you notice around you. Writing things down helps you track ideas and follow up on them. Sometimes opportunities need time to develop, and having a record keeps you from forgetting them. Building relationships in your environment is a long-term investment in opportunity. Trust and respect take time to develop, but they create a foundation for collaboration and support. When people know you're reliable and helpful, they naturally bring opportunities your way. Sometimes opportunities in your environment require courage. You might need to speak up, take a risk, or step outside your comfort zone. This kind of bravery is essential because opportunity often rewards those willing to try. Your environment is constantly changing. New people arrive, new problems emerge, and new needs develop. Stay curious and flexible so you can spot opportunities as they arise. The ability to adapt and move quickly keeps you ahead. Remember, opportunity is rarely a sudden gift. It's the result of ongoing effort and attention to your surroundings. When you actively look for it and take small steps, you build a habit of opportunity seeking that changes your life. Sometimes opportunity requires patience. You might plant seeds by helping others or improving a situation, and the rewards come later. Trust the process and stay engaged. Be generous with your help and resources in your environment. When you contribute without expecting immediate returns, you build goodwill and open the door for future opportunities. Your environment is a classroom and a marketplace. Learn from what's around you and look for ways to contribute. This mindset transforms everyday life into a space of possibility. Start today by observing your environment with fresh eyes. Look for one opportunity you can act on this week. It might be helping a coworker, joining a local group, or suggesting a new idea. Taking action turns possibility into reality. Your current environment holds more opportunity than you think. The key is to notice, engage, and act. When you do, you turn your surroundings from ordinary into a launchpad for your success. Chapter 8. Stay focused even when resources are limited. Staying focused when resources are limited is one of the toughest challenges anyone can face, yet it's also one of the most defining moments on the road to success. Limited resources, whether that means time, money, tools, or support, can feel like a heavy weight pressing down on your dreams. But this weight can either crush your spirit or forge your strength, depending on how you respond. The key is to learn how to focus sharply on what matters most, using whatever you have, no matter how small or scarce it may seem. First, it's important to understand that lack of resources is not a sign of failure or a permanent obstacle. It's simply a condition of your current situation. Many successful people have started with less than you can imagine. What set them apart was their ability to stay focused on their purpose and work within their limits. They didn't wait for perfect conditions, they used what was available and made it work. When resources are limited, clarity becomes your most valuable asset. Know exactly what you want to achieve and why it matters. This clarity guides your decisions and keeps you from wasting energy on distractions or low-priority tasks. Write down your goals and break them into clear, manageable steps. When your focus is sharp, every small action counts. Prioritization becomes essential. You cannot do everything at once, so decide which tasks have the highest impact on your progress. Focus your energy on those few actions that move you forward the most. Saying no to less important things protects your limited resources and helps you stay on track. Creativity thrives in scarcity. When you don't have everything you want, you're forced to find new solutions and alternatives. This pressure can unlock innovation and resourcefulness. Instead of seeing limits, look for different ways to get the job done. Use what's at hand and think outside the box. One powerful strategy is to leverage your existing skills and network. When you lack tools or money, your knowledge and relationships become your greatest resources. Reach out to people who can offer advice, support, or collaboration. Use your skills to trade or barter if necessary. Staying connected and resourceful builds momentum. Time management is crucial when resources are scarce. Time is often the one thing you can control, even when money or tools are missing. Guard your time carefully, set specific blocks for focused work, and protect those moments from interruption. Use timers or schedules to stay disciplined and ensure that every minute counts. Avoid distractions that drain your energy. It's easy to get pulled into activities that don't serve your goals, especially when you feel overwhelmed. Be ruthless about eliminating or minimizing these distractions. Turn off notifications, limit social media, and create an environment that supports concentration. Mindset plays a huge role in staying focused. Limited resources can trigger frustration, doubt, or fear. These feelings are natural but dangerous if they lead to giving up. Instead, train your mind to see scarcity as a temporary challenge, not a permanent barrier. Embrace a mindset of persistence and determination. Remind yourself daily that progress is possible even in tough conditions. Self-discipline becomes your anchor. When resources are limited, motivation alone is not enough, because motivation fluctuates. Discipline carries you through the hard days. Build habits that support your focus. Daily routines, consistent work times, and accountability measures. The more automatic your focus becomes, the less you rely on fleeting feelings. Small wins matter enormously in this context. Celebrate every step forward, no matter how minor. These victories build confidence and reinforce your commitment. They remind you that progress is happening, even if it's slow. When resources are tight, appreciating small wins fuels your energy to keep going. It's also essential to be patient. Success rarely comes overnight, especially when you have to work within constraints. Patience allows you to stay committed and avoid impulsive decisions that could waste precious resources. Trust the process and keep your eyes on the long-term goal. Resourcefulness requires constant learning. Seek knowledge that helps you maximize what you have. This could be learning new skills, finding free or low-cost tools, or studying how others succeeded in similar conditions. Continuous learning keeps you sharp and better equipped to navigate limitations. Keep your goals visible. Write them down and place them where you can see them daily. This constant reminder keeps your focus aligned with your purpose. When resources are limited, it's easy to get distracted by immediate problems. Your goals anchor you and remind you why the effort matters. Break your tasks into the smallest possible steps. When resources are scarce, large projects can feel overwhelming. Dividing them into tiny, manageable pieces makes them less intimidating and easier to tackle. Each completed step builds momentum and brings you closer to your goal. Stay flexible in your approach. If one method isn't working because of resource constraints, be ready to adjust. Flexibility allows you to find alternative paths and avoid dead ends. This adaptability keeps your focus on the outcome rather than the obstacles. Seek feedback regularly. When resources are tight, external perspectives help you avoid wasted effort. Others might see solutions or improvements you miss. Be open to constructive criticism and use it to refine your focus and strategies. Use visualization techniques to strengthen your focus. Picture your success in detail. Imagine the feeling of achieving your goals and let that vision inspire you. This mental exercise boosts motivation and sharpens your mind's attention on what matters. Practice mindfulness and stress management. Limited resources often come with increased pressure. Taking care of your mental and emotional health is critical to maintaining focus. Simple practices like deep breathing, short walks, or moments of quiet reflection can clear your mind and restore concentration. Avoid comparing yourself to those who have more. It's easy to feel discouraged when you see others with abundant resources. Remember, your journey is unique. Focus on your own path and the progress you're making with what you have. Accountability partners or groups can help maintain focus. Sharing your goals with someone who supports you creates external motivation. They can remind you to stay on track and celebrate your progress, which is especially valuable when resources are low. Recognize that limits are often temporary. Your current scarcity doesn't define your future. Stay focused on building skills, relationships, and habits that will expand your resources over time. Every effort you make now is an investment in a more resourceful tomorrow. Set clear boundaries around your energy and attention. When resources are limited, it's easy to spread yourself too thin. Learn to say no to distractions and demands that don't align with your priorities. Protect your focus as a precious resource. Create rituals that cue your focus. Rituals help signal your brain that it's time to concentrate. It might be a morning routine, a specific place to work, or a particular music playlist. These cues make it easier to enter a focus state quickly. Use positive self-talk to reinforce your commitment. Replace doubts with affirmations that remind you of your capability and determination. Your inner dialogue shapes your focus and resilience. Remember that progress is often invisible at first. Just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean your efforts are wasted. Trust that your focused work is laying a foundation for future success. In times of limited resources, focus becomes your most valuable asset. When money, tools, or support are scarce, your ability to concentrate on what truly matters separates those who succeed from those who quit. This focus isn't about forcing yourself harder, it's about working smarter, choosing your actions carefully, and staying committed. Use the resources you have, guard your time and attention, and keep your mind clear and determined. Stay patient, flexible, and open to learning. Celebrate every small win, and use setbacks as lessons. When you cultivate this kind of focus, you turn limitations into stepping stones, and scarcity into strength. Your journey may be tough, but your focus will carry you through. Keep your eyes on your purpose, and let that purpose guide your actions every day. With focus, even limited resources become powerful tools on the road to success. Chapter 9. Keep improving what you already know. Well, mastering what you already know is one of the most underrated paths to success. It's easy to get caught up in chasing new skills or flashy opportunities, but the truth is, real growth comes from deepening your strengths and refining the knowledge you've already gathered. When you keep improving what you know well, you build confidence, efficiency, and a reputation for excellence that few can match. Focusing on what you already understand allows you to work smarter, not harder. Instead of spreading your energy thin by trying to learn everything at once, you invest in a foundation that supports everything else you do. This focus on mastery helps you perform at a higher level and opens doors to advanced opportunities that only come with depth. Improvement is a continuous process. Just because you're familiar with something doesn't mean you can't get better. Each day offers a chance to learn a new technique, correct a habit, or deepen your understanding. Small, consistent improvements add up to significant progress over time. Excellence is not a one-time achievement, but a daily commitment. When you concentrate on improving your existing knowledge, you also develop a sharper sense of judgment. You learn to identify nuances and details that beginners might miss. This expertise builds your confidence and gives you an edge in decision-making. It allows you to handle complex situations with ease because you have a well-trained mind and practiced skills. Part of this improvement comes from deliberate practice. That means engaging with your skills in a focused and purposeful way, not just going through the motions. Analyze your performance honestly. What parts are working well? Where do you struggle? Use this insight to target specific areas for growth. This intentional approach accelerates your progress. Learning from feedback is crucial. Even when you're skilled, there's always room for input from others. Seek opinions from mentors, peers, or customers who understand your area. Constructive criticism helps you identify blind spots and adjust your approach. The willingness to listen and adapt is a hallmark of those who continually improve. Another powerful way to deepen your knowledge is by teaching others. Explaining concepts or skills forces you to clarify your own understanding. It reveals gaps and challenges you to communicate clearly. Teaching also reinforces your mastery and builds your reputation as an expert. Stay curious about your field. Even when you know a lot, new developments, tools, and ideas emerge. Keeping up with these changes ensures you remain relevant and effective. Subscribe to industry news, attend workshops, or join communities where knowledge is shared. This ongoing learning enriches your expertise and keeps you inspired. Improving what you know well also means refining your habits and processes. Look at how you approach tasks and look for ways to make them more efficient or effective. Small adjustments in your routine can save time and improve quality. Continually optimizing your workflow keeps your skills sharp and your results strong. Focus on quality over quantity. Deepening your knowledge means doing fewer things, but doing them exceptionally well. Resist the temptation to multitask or take on too much at once. Concentrate your efforts where they have the most impact and deliver your best work consistently. Sometimes improvement requires revisiting basics. Even experts benefit from reviewing foundational principles. This refresher helps you spot errors that have crept in and reinforces your core understanding. It's like tuning an instrument before a performance, essential for excellence. Be patient with the process. Improvement is rarely dramatic or immediate. It's often slow, gradual, and sometimes frustrating. But steady commitment produces results that last. Celebrate the small gains, knowing they build the path to mastery. Use technology and tools to support your growth. You might have access to apps, software, or equipment that enhance your practice. Use these resources to track progress, learn new methods, or streamline your work. The right tools amplify your efforts and help you reach higher levels. Balance focus on your strengths with openness to change. While it's important to improve what you know well, be willing to adjust your methods as needed. Flexibility ensures your skills remain relevant in changing environments and helps you avoid stagnation. Self-reflection is an essential part of continuous improvement. Regularly ask yourself what you've learned, what challenges you've faced, and what you can do differently. Honest self-assessment keeps you aligned with your goals and motivated to grow. Surround yourself with people who challenge and support your improvement. Being part of a community of learners and professionals pushes you to raise your standards. It creates an environment where excellence is encouraged and celebrated. Improvement also means embracing mistakes as opportunities. When you encounter errors, view them as feedback rather than failure. Analyze what went wrong and what you can learn. This mindset transforms setbacks into stepping stones. Keeping a journal or record of your progress helps you stay motivated and see how far you've come. Documenting your efforts highlights patterns, successes, and areas to focus on. It becomes a personal roadmap for your journey to mastery. Don't compare your progress to others. Improvement is personal and unique. Focus on your own growth and celebrate your milestones. This focus reduces distractions and keeps your energy directed toward meaningful advancement. Remember that mastery builds confidence. The more you improve what you already know, the more capable and prepared you feel. This confidence spills over into new challenges and opportunities, empowering you to take on bigger goals. As your skills deepen, opportunities expand. People notice expertise and reliability. Doors open to leadership roles, partnerships, and projects that require advanced knowledge. Mastery attracts trust and respect. Improving your existing knowledge also enhances your creativity. When you understand a subject deeply, you're better able to innovate within it. You see connections and possibilities that others might miss. This creativity leads to breakthroughs and new paths forward. Stay humble in your pursuit of mastery. No matter how much you know, there's always more to learn. Humility keeps you open to new ideas and willing to grow, which fuels continuous improvement. Invest time regularly in focused practice. Set aside dedicated moments to work on your skills without distraction. This consistency builds momentum and solidifies your progress. Celebrate your growth, but never become complacent. Improvement is a lifelong journey. Each level of mastery opens the door to new challenges and learning. Ultimately, keeping your focus on improving what you already know well is a strategic and empowering approach. It leverages your existing strengths and builds a solid foundation for success. This commitment to excellence creates lasting value in your work and life. Your journey to mastery is ongoing. Embrace the process with dedication and curiosity. With each step, you become more capable, confident, and ready to seize the opportunities that come your way. Keep improving, and you will keep winning. Chapter 10. Believe your present is enough to begin now. Right now, in this very moment, you have everything you need to start moving forward. It's easy to think you're missing something, a perfect plan, the right tools, more time or more knowledge, but that kind of thinking only delays your progress. Believing your present is enough to begin now is one of the most powerful decisions you can make. It frees you from waiting for the ideal conditions that might never come and puts you in charge of your own destiny. Every successful journey begins from a point of enough. The people who have reached their goals didn't wait until they had all the answers or every resource. They started where they were with what they had and trusted the process. They believed in the power of beginning and understood that progress builds momentum. You can do the same. When you accept that your present is sufficient, you shift your mindset from one of scarcity to one of possibility. This shift changes your entire approach. Instead of focusing on what you lack, you start to see the strengths, skills, and resources you already possess. This perspective fuels confidence and action. Starting now means embracing imperfection. You don't have to know everything or have every step figured out. The path will reveal itself as you take action. Waiting for perfection is a trap that leads to paralysis. Taking imperfect steps forward creates learning opportunities and opens doors. Your current skills and experiences are valuable. You've gained knowledge from your past, lessons from mistakes, and insights from challenges. These are your foundation. Building on what you already know makes the journey less intimidating and more manageable. Trust in your ability to adapt and grow as you move forward. Time is one of your greatest assets. The moment you start, you give yourself the gift of time to learn, adjust, and improve. The sooner you begin, the more time you have to build momentum. Delaying your start only shortens the runway for your dreams. The fear of not being ready often holds people back. This fear is normal, but it doesn't have to control you. Recognize that readiness comes from action, not from waiting. You become ready by doing, by facing challenges, and by growing through experience. Your environment might not be perfect, your resources might be limited, but your determination and willingness to start are more important. These qualities create opportunities where others see obstacles. When you focus on your commitment rather than your limitations, you open the door to progress. Starting now also means taking responsibility for your future. It's an act of ownership and empowerment. Instead of blaming circumstances or waiting for someone else to create opportunities for you, you step up and create your own path. This mindset transforms challenges into possibilities. Small steps taken consistently lead to big results. You don't need to launch into a massive project immediately. Begin with actions that are within your reach today. Each step builds your confidence and moves you closer to your goal. These small victories compound over time. Believing your present is enough involves being honest with yourself about where you are. Acknowledge your current situation without judgment. This clarity allows you to plan realistically and set achievable goals. It also frees you from the frustration of wishing things were different. Surround yourself with people who support your decision to start now. Positive encouragement strengthens your resolve and provides accountability. When others believe in your potential, it becomes easier to believe in yourself. Use the resources at your disposal wisely. This could be your time, your network, your current skills, or even free information available online. These resources are powerful when used intentionally. You don't need to wait for perfect tools or finances to begin.